long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
I don't know why I'm making this video, because I have to say this was obvious even before it was announced they were putting it on Disney Plus. This is clickbait. First off, it says report Disney Star Wars series canceled just months before premiere. Now, the clickbait is going to make you think they're not actually putting it on Disney Plus. But when you open up the article, you suddenly realize Chloe James, who is a fourth wave feminist who writes reports from Dubai, and if you look at her X feed, she sounds like Ava Brown. She got the story from all people from the DK brothers. This is her. I've done stories connected with her to Byline before. The funny thing, I think, is she's using a story from a website run by a failed travel agent, an insurance salesman, and a nobody. Okay, fine, whatever. And basically, what they did was they took something Leslie Headland did and basically walked it backwards to say second season of Acolyte's not happening. Well, if you go and look at the dislikes and the comments on the trailer on YouTube for this, of course it's not happening. Why would they have it happening? Okay, and again, Chloe James shows hypocrisy here. Why would any so-called feminist defend Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant when the bitch enabled him to abuse women? And I'm sure Chloe imagines Leslie Headland is one of Harvey's victims. She's not. She got a great push from him for her career. And then when it was uncool to be attached to him, she threw him under the bus. That's how Hollywood works. Okay. My problem is the hypocrisy, all right, of Chloe James and this story, because there was never, ever going to be a second season. Okay? Never. And like I wrote or talked about yesterday, Cameron Sparrow update, there's no way Jon Favreau would ever make or allow a second season of The Acolyte. Okay? There's no way. Because basically it breaks serious film canon. It's woke shit, and it doesn't fit with what he's trying to do. Okay? And I believe Bob Iger is extremely respectful of Jon Favreau's mission to fix what Kathleen Kennedy broke. Okay, but let's talk about it. Why would the DK brothers post it? They needed stuff for their website. They need something to talk about. It's content. So if they don't have a direct connection, they say they do, but they don't. They make up one, okay? And my contention is, we knew it wasn't going to be renewed. We didn't have to have you say it wasn't, because they're lucky they don't cancel it outright right now. And my favorite thing about Little Miss Dubai's stupid story is that she says, though the trailer has gotten dislikes and been commented poorly by the audience, it's been received well. What kind of a fucking bunch of shit is that? Question mark. Received well, 76% dislikes. The trailer views are low, comparatively speaking. The comment section is a plethora of mentions of Harvey Weinstein. And again, why isn't she calling Leslie Headland out? Why can't we talk about her baggage? Is it because Leslie is a protected minority? Likely, okay, likely. But again, when you look at the clickbait article, you're expecting to see, hey, they're not going to put it on Disney Plus, they decided to pull it. That's what the clickbait is. And then she goes on, instead of doing her own research, getting her own contacts, she pulls shit out off of the DK Brothers website, and voila, you have clickbait. Okay. Anybody who's been on Kamran Pasha's Patreon, anybody who looks at these stats right here, knows there's no way they're getting a second season. Okay, this is going to flop harder than a great white shark on the deck of a ship.
Oh, she's horrible. I've made a ghastly, ghastly mistake.
People with the trusty adage, starve of cold, disgust of fever. Dad, when are you going to stop blighting the environment with this atrocity?
My God, can't you see that it wants to die? Let it go.
Urinal cakes? I don't believe this. All these years, the doyenne of Seattle's elite, looking down her nose at everyone in sight. She owes it all to this. She's managed to have her urinal cake and eat it too.
As I think we now have what's known in the legal profession.
Hello, Marta. Like to speak to Maris. Oh, why not? Ah. She's in the final level of her guru's serenity training, the week-long vow of silence, day 6. No, Marta, that's all right. She doesn't have to come to the phone. Just give her this message. I've flushed out her family secret. Hello, Maris.
So this is just the latest edition of the Kathleen Kennedy Lucasfilm Maris Crane urinal cake collection. Okay. And the reason why I call Kathleen Maris Crane is because, as you know, in that little bit I took from Frasier, Maris had everybody think that she got her money through the timber industry in the state of Washington. And it ends up being her family fortune was made on urinal cakes. Okay. Which, because Kennedy isn't really seen around Lucasfilm anymore, she's gone to ground, as it were. I mean, maybe she'll surface again soon, I don't know. But she is a no-show like Maris Crane was in Frasier. Now we've got Bob Iger here. One of these days we're going to find out why they allowed the Acolyte to go on Disney Plus. My theory is it's going to go up there, it's going to be beaten into the ground by the fans. It's going to be the lowest, even lower than Andor, lowest watched Disney streaming Star Wars show, maybe as low as Willow, and it'll disappear in a few months, okay? Jon Favreau did not want to put it out. He said it is the worst fan film I've ever seen in my life. If you look at the trailer, it's bizarre. Bob Iger knows this. This is yet another failure that Nelson Peltz, who has, by the way, not mentioned Lucasfilm at all, okay, which is interesting to me. I have theories about that. Maybe I'll go live later to talk about it. Can use against Iger. Why did you allow Kathleen Kennedy to get away with this? And why is it on Disney Plus? Again, one of my theories is it's the lesser of two evils. They could have made the Ray movie, or they could have finished The Acolyte and put it on Disney Plus. What does the least amount of damage? What is the lesser of two evils? The Acolyte. That's all it is. Okay. Will it permanently damage Star Wars? I can guarantee you, Jon Favreau says it would permanently damage Star Wars. Okay. Because he knows it. He knows how the fans feel because he's a fan. Okay. No one wants to see a Rey movie. Nobody, except for, Star Wars Explained, Chloe James, and people who actually hate George Lucas. Okay, which there have been thousands of angry SJWs in that group. Okay. So is this Star Wars series canceled months before the premiere? Well, it's going to show up. I mean, we could wake up tomorrow morning and find out Lucasfilm and Disney decided to shelve it. But that would make them look really bad right now. Okay. But again, then you look at it is why? And then they can leak it out. It's a bad show. They could do a Batgirl with it. But the investors, whoever they are, would not be pleased. These are all things to be considered. But, in my opinion, nothing would be a surprise with this. However, the idea that the show is somehow canceled the way it was written in that headline is bullshit. Okay? It implies that it was canceled this season. That this season is not going to happen. Then you open it up and you find a bullshit story based on a bullshit story by three bullshitters that make money off of lying to people. All right? We know there's not going to be a second season. We do not need the DK brothers or Chloe James and her clickbait to tell us that. This is Steph, signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.